Hello, welcome back to our channel. My name is Julie, otherwise known as Mrs. Frugal, Trash to Cash. With the help of my husband Justin, we are full-time resellers. We mainly sell on eBay, but we dabble a bit in Poshmark too. So my background might look a little different because we are on vacation. We are on the shores, I guess. I don't know how you want to call it. We're in North Carolina, in Carolina Beach for the week. Actually, if you look at this thing above us, let's see. I don't know, can you see right there? Oh, maybe not, but that's where our house is here. I'll hold you up. That's where our house is, and there's the ocean. So, since I wasn't in my normal element, I decided, sorry, I am sitting on, can you hear it? I'm sitting on this couch that has a like fold-out bed in it, and it makes really odd noises. So I see, oh shoot, I swear it's the couch. Hopefully maybe Brookie can cut those out. So we've done a little thrifting while we've been here, not much because we came last year to this exact same rental and we were not thrilled with thrifting in this area, but we did stop at a bins location on the way down and got some shoes. But as I said, I put out a call on Instagram, and I talked about it in my last video, but most of the questions came from Instagram, asking if anyone had any questions. Now, some things are easier to answer than others because I'm on location, I'm not at my house, but I'm going to do my best. So I will just start with one of the first questions. Let me pick one off of here. Someone asked about my accounting process. They said they spend so much time when they get home from a thrift store logging everything they bought and keeping track of it in like a notebook and stuff. So they wanted to know how I did it. And I do not itemize things. If I go to the thrift store and spend, say, $56 at one store, that gets put as one transaction in my accounting software. I use QuickBooks Self-Employed, but no matter what accounting software you use, even if you do it on pen and paper, you do not have to itemize each individual item and then go back for how much you sold it for and all of that. It's not required. I mean, I guess I should preface by saying I am not an accountant. I have no accounting experience. I can only tell you what I've learned from watching accountants on YouTube and what my CPA has told me. So take my advice with a grain of salt and please talk to your own CPA, but you can just do it as one chunk. So you don't have to say, I went to this store and I purchased this item for this much and this item for this much. Not required. Just put in Salvation Army, $56 on this date, then you're done. And how I keep track of like my mileage is I actually made myself a form in like Google Docs where it has all the regular places I visit every single month and how many mileage they are from our house. And then I just kind of put tallies next to them on how many times I went to those places. And then when we go garage selling, whatever, we just keep track of the mileage and write it down on a piece of paper in the car. And then I just collect all the paper. And at the end of the month, I put my mileage in as one lump sum in QuickBooks. So you might be wondering, then how can I tell you my profits? Like when I do my what sold video. For my own personal benefit, I write how much I paid for stuff in the custom SKU space on eBay. Most of my stuff is purchased at 99-cent day or at the bins. So I know I paid 99 cents. And if it's from the bins, when I put it on my scale to weigh it, to list it on eBay, I can do quick math and tell how much the item cost. And I put that in the custom SKU. If I bought it at a garage sale, I just have a really good freakish memory. So I pretty much know what I paid for everything. So that is done just so I can figure out my daily profit, just so I can make sure we're still doing well. And now so I can share it in videos. But that profit is not like what I turn into the government. I put in my whole transactions, all of them every month, into whatever software you're using. You do not have to itemize everything. All right, let's see. Oh, someone asked how we ship weights. So I'll give you a quick little answer, and then I'm going to refer you to a different video. We ship weights using the priority mail flat rate boxes because you can ship up to 70 pounds for one flat price. The I would say the box he uses the most probably is the medium flat rate box, and it's the long skinny board version. They have like a shorter, compact or taller version. They have a long skinny board version, and he primarily uses the board version for a lot of them. But I will link below in the description this video, but it's how to sell and ship weights on eBay. Just made a whole video about it, and that should answer any questions that you have. My next question I got was, do I promote? Yes, I promote my listings. Justin does weights to 3%, and I pretty much do everything else now to 5%. For the longest time, I did 1%. Well, then they don't even have 1% now. Then I moved it up to 2%, and it just keeps creeping up. Because when I first started selling on eBay, like the suggested rates for everything were only like 3-4%. Now the suggested rates are like 10%. It's ridiculous. So 5 is what I do because it definitely helps with sales. Someone else asked me a question which I found funny because of what I'm going to tell you. They asked, have I considered selling on Mercari? It was never on my radar at all, mainly because their shipping labels were not compatible with thermal printers. I have a Rollo printer, which I absolutely love. There's a link to it below if you want to check it out on Amazon. But they just weren't compatible. So you had to like save it and like, I don't know, they had to do all different stuff in your computer in order to print it on a thermal printer. And I just had no interest in doing that. Well, I just saw in the last week, Mercari finally got a 4x6 label option. So it might be something that I will be considering in the future. Let's see. Someone asked how to get more views. I mean, promoting is really the only way I know to get more views. I guess the only other thing is if your listings are older, I would say if your listings are more than like 30 to 60 days, I would end the listing and then hit sell similar and then relist it. Don't hit relist because relist just copies the same listing and keeps your same like ID number. You want to hit sell similar. That creates a brand new listing. And then you get the extra bump for being a brand new listing for like the first 24 hours. So those are the only two suggestions I have for how to get more eyes on your listings. And they also asked that same person, do I use a tax ID number to avoid paying sales tax when, say, I'm at the Goodwill or the Salvation Army purchasing something? And no, I don't. And the main reason why, like, I wouldn't even consider looking into it is because where I live in this, oh, sorry, I touched my microphone. In the state of Pennsylvania, we do not have sales tax on clothing and shoes. We only have it on hard goods. And I primarily buy clothing and shoes. So it's not even really worth it for the tiny bit. I mean, yes, if I was selling, tons and tons of hard goods, I guess it would be worth looking into it. I used to own a store many, many years ago when I was in my very early 20s, and I did have it for that purpose when I would buy things at other retail stores to resell. But for this business, it's just not really worth it for me. Let's see. We'll stop for a minute. All right. I was asked if I had considered selling on Amazon or whatnot. Amazon is a hard no for me. It's just so different than selling like used goods on eBay, and I just have no interest. As of now, I have zero interest in whatnot at all. But I also said that I would never sell on any other platform besides eBay, and here I am. So I've learned not to say never, I guess. But right now, not an interest for me at all, whatnot. Someone asked if you have to have a store to use vacation, otherwise known as time away mode. I was not 100% sure, so I had to Google it, but it said that it was available for all sellers. So I would say no, you do not have to have a store to use time away mode. I think you originally did, and they changed it a few years ago. Someone asked, did I have to have an LLC? I did not have to have one. You can just operate as a like sole proprietorship, and that's perfectly fine. My accountant, otherwise known as my CPA, suggested that I get an LLC. It just adds a layer of protection to your business. And there's all different reasons why people would get, because there's an LLC, and then what's the other one called? I'm blanking on the name, but it's another layer of an LLC that I'm considering getting in the near future. But that is all something, see a professional about, and they will tell you. And then they also asked me what software for my business I use. I use QuickBooks for self-employed. It's not regular QuickBooks, it's QuickBooks for self-employed because it's way more basic than the regular QuickBooks. I used to use GoDaddy. GoDaddy was exactly what I needed. It automatically imported everything from eBay. It was like perfection. And almost exactly a year ago, they stopped offering it. And I was heartbroken, and I tried all different kinds, and I ended up settling on QuickBooks for self-employed. Since then, my Reseller Genie has come out. I have not tried it, so I can't speak to it, but the QuickBooks for self-employed, it does not integrate with eBay. I think you can probably get a third-party software to make them connect, but that's over my head. So I literally just go in on the like the first of every month and enter in bulk all the sales for that month, then all the sales tax that eBay took away, then all the shipping costs, then all the selling fees, like, and I just put it all in bulk every month. Now it does connect to my credit card, so all of my purchases for the business are automatically taken out and accounted for, and it connects to my business checking account, so that is all put in there. So I pretty much just have to hand enter my Poshmark once a month and my eBay stuff once a month. I hand enter my mileage once a month. And anytime I buy something for cash, like at a garage sale or something like that, I hand enter that also in. It's not my ideal accounting software, but honestly, it was the best I could find at the time. I consider looking into my Reseller Genie. So many people say they like it. I don't know. I just hate change. I use the cash method, which is where you do not like itemize all of your items. That's called the accrual method. The cash method is like where whenever I buy something, I automatically subtract it. I don't wait until the item sells. The accrual method is like when the item sells is when you kind of subtract the money from your business account. Like I said, not an accountant, but like the accrual method, you have to do an inventory at the end of the year. It's just Cash method is just easy. I've heard Harry Tornado always talk about it. It's like I spend the money, I immediately like subtract it from my account, done. Like it's just, to me, it's a no-brainer, but obviously discuss with your CPA how they would prefer you to do it. Let's see. Oh, how do you remember to remove items that are cross-listed? I don't always. So they ask if Flipped automatically removes items. So I use Flipped, which is a free cross-listing and sharing software. It's great because it's free. Like it lets you easily, I list all my items first on eBay, and then I quickly can go over and cross-list them on Poshmark. And they do sharing. You can like schedule your sharing through Flipped, but no, they do not automatically remove the listings. I actually don't know of any cross-listing software that does. If you know of one that does, put it in the comments below. But they don't. So when I sell something on Poshmark, I immediately remove it from eBay, because if you cancel an order on eBay, you will get a defect on your account. You get so many defects, you lose your top rated seller status, you can get suspended, etc. So that is something I pay attention to constantly. If it's sold on Poshmark, I got to get that removed from eBay instantly. Now, if it's vice versa, if it sells on eBay, I have to admit I'm a little more lax at removing it from Poshmark, because Poshmark does not have any consequences for canceling orders, other than that you probably tick your buyer off. But so the few times I have forgotten, and I would say I've been selling on Poshmark for just a smidgen over a year, and I've probably forgotten like 5 times and something double sold. Or like one time I had 2 things sell overnight of the same thing, so I wasn't even awake to remove it. I just go into Poshmark and I just hit that I have to cancel the item, and I put that I no longer have the item. So yes, when faced with a double sale, always cancel on Poshmark over I think pretty much any other platform because they don't penalize you for canceling on them. But try to just get in the habit that when you see a sale, you immediately remove it from the other platform. That's what I do. But I'm on my phone constantly running the business, so that helps probably. Someone asked, do I run sales or use coupons, and how easy is it to set up a coupon? Yes, I absolutely use both sales and coupons. Currently, right now, I have a 40% off sale running on my oldest clothing items. I think I have a 10 or 20% off sale, I can't remember, on just some like mid-range items I've had for a little while. And I have a 10% off coupon on all of my items since we're out of town and on vacation. Um, I'm going to give a demo next on how you make coupons. So easy to make coupons and sales. So I'll show you how that's done. All right, so you're in Seller Hub, and now you're going to go to Marketing, go to Promotions in the drop down, go over to the right-hand side, and you'll see the blue Create a Promotion drop down. Click on that, and then go down and click on Coupon. So here it will show you that you have to create a code for your coupon. So it's up to 15 letters long or numbers or whatever. So I just put in Sale Treasure. You have to choose if your coupon is public or private. Public means it will be attached to every single one of your listings and anyone can use it. Private means it's only to those you send it to. You choose what percentage you want your coupon to be. I chose 10% on this one. You can go over and choose that there's a maximum amount they can save. You can choose how many times one buyer can use your coupon. I chose 2 in this case. Then you can go through your inventory. You can make it be on everything in your inventory, or you can choose by category. So I'll just hit collectibles, books and magazines, pottery and glass. So that would mean this coupon would only apply to things listed in those categories. Then you scroll down and you can attach a photo to your sale. Sometimes I will do an individual item, and sometimes I will use my logo. And then you also can put a banner describing your sale. So I just put in summer sale. So after I'm choosing my logo, but you can't see it on the screen. Apparently the screen recording doesn't show it, but I went in. So as you can see, this is everything off to the side. Public coupon, 10% off, maximum of $100, 2 uses, applies to selected items. I put that it starts immediately and ends June 11th. And then all I would need to do is launch my coupon. Now I'm going to show you how to do a sale. So you go to the marketing and go to the creative promotion again. Go to the drop down and go all the way down to the bottom where it says sale event and markdown. So you can choose what percentage you want off from the drop down menu. I chose 15% and then go over and hit select items. So you have 2 choices. You can select up to 500 items for promotion, or you can do it using rules and categories. I always just select the items myself. So as you can see at the top, there's an area where you can actually select like your oldest items, whatever, however you prefer to do it, or you can just scroll and choose whatever items you want. So I'm just going to randomly click on a couple items to include in this fake sale that I'm making right now to show you. So then once you choose up to your 500, you hit save. You'll go through and make sure that's exactly what you wanted, then hit save again. Now you'll go to your next page. There's a sale event name. It's not visible to buyers, so I just ignore it. You can have, if you want, included skipped items. That would be if you more like if you made rules. You can put if you want it to start at a certain time or now and how long you want it to go on. Put in a description of your sales event, or I mean your sales name, and then you can choose a photo, and then you would just go down and hit launch. All right, the next question was, how long did it take for you to, when you started reselling, to get multiple sales a day? Well, the rule of thumb on like reselling is that you should sell 1% of your inventory a day. So if you have 100 items listed, you should sell 1 item a day. 200 items listed, 2 items a day. If you only have 50 items listed, then chances are, you're not going to sell every day. That's just the basic rule of thumb. I can't remember exactly. It's been a while. I talk about this in one of my first videos, and I think I went back and looked at statistics, and I honestly can't remember what I said. So feel free to go back to my first Ask Me question video I did. It was like probably like my third video or something like that. But I feel like once we got to like 200 listings, we started getting regular sales. I remember a huge jump when we hit like 400 listings. Um, and when I started promoting, I think I was averaging like four-ish sales a day, maybe five. And then I went and promoted all my listings, and it shot us up to getting more like around 8 sales a day, if I'm remembering correctly. So that kind of helped propel our business too. They asked how many listings I do a day and if I have a specific like number. In the ideal world, I would like my minimum a day to be 15, and on a good day, I would like 20. Um, we'll hit those numbers most of the time, but then there are times where we don't. Like if there's an event or something, like our daughter graduated, I don't think I got any listings up that day. Yes, you should list every day according to the mysterious algorithm, but life gets in the way sometimes and it doesn't happen. And the reason why I do this job is so that I have flexibility. But yes, 15 to 20 listings is what I strive to do. All right. I was asked, do I have a business plan type thing in place? I wasn't sure exactly what that meant. And then they said they struggle because they're trying to move this from a side hustle to a regular business. So I guess maybe they're talking more about like, did you have goals before you went and started, doing this full time? And if you didn't watch our first video where I answer questions, or maybe I might even talk about it in my first video ever, we don't have a normal backstory for reselling. I quit my job and was just being what I called a domestic goddess. And then Justin ended up losing his job due to COVID 8 months later. So after being unemployed for a while, we just decided to try reselling like full time, like instantly. We hadn't really sold very much. It was mainly just things around the house occasionally, and we went straight into it. That is not normal. Most people will tell you you need to sell part-time for years and work your way up to it. So there really wasn't a business plan. The plan was just, let's try this and see if it works. We also have, we had more than a year's worth of income in savings, and I recommend having a large savings account when you do this type of business for a living, because summers are slower, the holidays are great, but it goes up and down. So you need to have enough money in the bank to support yourself if the business isn't making enough, on certain weeks. They also asked, how do you plan your week to get everything done? I guess I don't have things planned out. Oh my gosh, I love to make lists. I'm a planner. I would love to be like, on Mondays, we go to the Salvation Army, we come home and pack our weekend orders, then we list, then we do like, I would love, Tuesdays, all this, but life just doesn't let me do that. I mean, there's doctor's appointments and, functions that we have to go to, and sales that pop up in the middle of the day. You see someone's giving away tons of free stuff or cleaning out a house. Like every time I try to plan something, something cuts in the way, and sometimes it's something good. So I just know that every day I need to ship out my orders. I need to photograph and list 15 to 20 new items. So those are like my photographing, listing, and shipping are my like non-negotiables 95% of the time. There are certain days of the week where we know we have, like, we go to Goodwill on Sundays, we go to Salvation Army on Mondays. Obviously weekends are more garage sales. We normally do a bins trip maybe on Wednesdays or Thursdays. So I'm a workaholic, so I don't have to, like, most of the time. I mean, I get into slumps. Everybody gets into slumps. But normally I don't have to, like, kick myself and motivate myself. I have to instead pull myself back and be like, quit working, Julie. Go do something with your family. So I guess if you have a very structured life, then, plan out. But I guess just have your non-negotiables, your must-haves that you have to have done every day. And go from there. Let me see. All right, and the next question I got, I was asked to break down the fees like associated with eBay and selling. Someone had said, you always show your end profit, but can you explain to us where the money goes? So I'm going to show you the best I can. So when you go into the Seller Hub, go over to payments, and you'll see it shows everything you've sold in a list. So we're going to go to this. I should have picked something I could pronounce. Is it Kicks? Kizik. They're the shoes that you slip on by stepping into. Kiziks. I don't know how to say it. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. Oh well. We're going to call them shoes, these brown shoes that sold. So as you can see, they sold for a total of $71.66. It's telling me there was $9.58 in fees, and we netted $62.82. So we're going to go over and look more at a breakdown. So as you can see, they sold for $64.99. The shipping was $13.17. I'm showing you right here. Sales tax was $3.51. And they got a $6.50 discount because they bought it using my 10% off coupon. So all in, they were $75.17. So it's showing you here, eBay collected $3.51 in tax. I never saw that money. eBay took it. As it says, the transaction fees were $9.58 total, and the shipping label was $12.78 total. So according to eBay, I netted $49.30 for this item. I had a 99-cent cost of goods, so I actually netted $48.31. But let's break that transaction down a little bit more so you can see how the fees are based. So the annoying part about eBay is these fees are based on the whole amount, the whole $75.17, even the amount they paid on shipping and the amount they paid on sales tax. You have to pay fees on. Does it stink? Yes, but that's how it's done. So for this category, the total value or the total value fee is 12.35%. So 75 times 17. I'm sorry. Let's try that again. $75.17 times 12.35% comes to $9.28, and there's a 30-cent fee on it. So that is your total fee of $9.58. So I hope that kind of gives you an idea of how it is shown. Now on Poshmark, it is just a straight up 20% unless the item is under $15, and then I think it's $2.99 fee. And they do not take any percentages on shipping at all. So if you sell something for $25 on Poshmark, you get to keep $20 of it. So that's how Poshmark works. It's a lot less confusing than eBay's. So I think I covered all the questions I received. Thank you so very much for everybody that submitted questions. If I didn't answer it to your full understanding, or if you have a additional question, put it in the comments below. I always read the comments and I will respond. Our next video out should be out on Sunday. It's normally a what sold, but I can't do a what sold because I haven't shipped anything out in so long that I don't know how much the shipping cost will be, because sometimes it differs from what I charge. So next week might have to be a double video. So I'll probably put something out on Sunday. Maybe we'll do like a top 10 sales of something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm on island time. I'm just going with the flow. All right. Thank you so very much for watching. Please subscribe if you like the content. Hit the thumbs up, leave a comment below, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.